Greetings. Salutations, everyone. Welcome back to Limbus Company. We are near the end of the Canto 6. We're approaching the end. And yeah, we're probably just going to dive right into it. Oh, I'll say, actually, there are some new banners up. I don't think I really need to get... I'll go for scissor. How about you? It doesn't look bad per se though, but and as for the Honolulu one, I think I would say I have like 2 of the best Honolulus already, because I have load of Hanyuan and the Ringercat's father, so I'm like, I don't think I need to pull on any of either of those, so I'll just be saving for now. Barrow my support Wild Hunt Heathcliff. Should we use a Wild Hunt Heathcliff in this? Because I was going to present another option as to... Oh, this one's not even a fight. So I guess it'll be one of the next node or the one after that we need to decide what team to use. I was going to suggest, however, and this is something to think about because we're not actually using a team here. I just dispensed House of Spiders, the middle news father Otis, and I already have the middle big brother. I did a mirror dungeon with a middle team, and it was kind of fun. Still need to get the last uptie level on Otis though. But yeah, let's dive into the story because this one's not actually a fight here. Okay. Big brother Heathcliff getting his hair coupons from the Erlking. Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's fantastic. Erlking Heathcliff awaits us on the rooftop. Just as Faust expected, the powerful and oppressive energy that surrounded him had only grown more ferocious since our last encounter. Also, if we do borrow someone's Wild Hunt Heathcliff, I would need to look at what sort of a team I even have for Wild Hunt Heathcliff. Wait, Wild Hunt... 1 second, I'm pulling up Wild Hunt Heathcliff. Wild Hunt Heathcliff is sinking. I think I could have put together a mediocre team. It would be mediocre, but I have a cup. We might be able... Okay. Before we get to it, because this one's not actually a fight, we will look into what sort of team we could put together to use a Wild Hunt Heathcliff and see if it's viable. This must be because of the golden bow and the pure form of humanity. Ooh. Oh, I'm covering it. There's the, like, I think golden bow energy there. Heathcliff watches us stumbling up the stairs. Through our exhaustion, he lowers Catherine's coffin to the rooftop floor. Also, actually, let's test something before we get to it, because we're going to get to a Millisana plane this time, and I think I set something up so that I can... I think if I hit that, you no longer hear the game audio, but I still do. So I can actually do it. I can. Okay, I think that should work. So I can actually hear it. Might be neat. Okay.
형편없는 결말이지. 안 그런가?
What a sorry ending to this tale, is it not? You have no idea the lengths I've gone to destroy both Hindley and Linton. How much I have pushed myself to the brink again and again. Limbus company better pay the sinners double since they were too golden about. I'm not sure how much they are at actually doing things that are good for their worker. I mean, they do send their workers in and to get killed repeatedly, so it's kind of tough to see me for me to see them doing something that pro worker. This is my own heaven. It is finally within my reach. Do we know if they're even paid? That's a good question. We know they have contracts and they're definitely receiving things for their contracts. But is payment a part of it? Heaven? This shite is your idea of heaven? Look again, you're in hell, right in the middle of it. When I heard the news of Catherine's passing, I began to see her face in all things. Considering something they do later, they are awful employees. Not surprised. Even my very own face brought back her memories. Everything in the world it became an unending reminder of who Catherine once was. A reminder of the fact that she once existed, only to be forever lost because of me. I cannot remember. Okay, I can't remember if I think it was between the last stream of Limbus Company and this stream of Limbus Company. I read like a tiny thing someone said about this Canto of the story that really clicked with me, and that's that I read someone say that Erlking Heathcliff here is basically the original books Heathcliff, and our Heathcliff is more the alternate Heathcliff from the book's story, which to me really clicked, because when I read through the book recently, the Heathcliff from the book, he's just so full of spite, and that matches Erlking so well. It's funny, he says they're right in the middle of Halloween. His Canto mouths that. That's true. So to breathe, to let my heart beat, I had to think of nothing but that singular wish. We don't know if this is the middle. The burning, unchanging desire. Well, I mean, even if there is a Dante Canto, it's, you know, roughly the middle, right? If not a exact middle, roughly. To kill every Heathcliff in every world? Yes, that singular wish is the ultimate proof of my love. But wait, if there's a Dante Canto, wouldn't the middle be basically between Don Quixote and Heathcliff? Through my campaign, I have seen so many visions of Heathcliff. Some grew wrathful, some begged for mercy for their lives. But in the end, they all admitted that they all had to perish for the good of Catherine, and willingly forfeited their lives. 3 is the middle of 5. I suppose if you think of it that way. I was thinking of 13, you know, divided in half. It doesn't divide in half evenly. It's 6.5, right? I found no pleasure in my work. How could I, when I made it my mission to slay those poor wretched souls, when all of them died so alone, unloved by all that is living by the world?
그거 아나? 히스클리프는 죽어도 아무도 울어주지 않아.
Think of it like a bird, the Venus would be. I cannot see that. My instinct is to think of it like I don't know, running a race from Canto 1 to Canto, in this case 13, and if you're supposed to stop at the halfway mark, for some reason you'd stop at 6.5, because in my mind it's yeah. Did you know that no one ever weeps for Heathcliff's death? So the task falls to me to bury them, to shed my tears for them. Yet only silence shall attend my own demise.
아니야, 네 방법은 틀렸어.
No, your method's all around. Of course I would have given anything to make Catherine happy. Anything. But maybe killing time is the middle. Even you, who saw the possibilities of every world, missed something. What do you mean? You said that in every world, Catherine and Heathcliff were destined to be miserable, didn't you? But we could have been happy. We just missed the smallest key to happiness. No, no such world exists. Because of me, no, us. Because of our existence, Catherine will. Bloody hell! I'm telling you that it's got nothing to do with our existence. The problem was that I wanted to believe that it was. Wait, the problem that I wanted to believe... Wait, the problem was that I wanted to believe that it was.
그냥
All I had to do was get over my embarrassment. That little fear. Just had to scrounge up the smallest morsel of courage to open the door and talk to you. This is actually, if anyone hasn't read the book, The Wuthering Heights was really good. It was a really good story, in my opinion. And this is actually like feels really relevant to the book, in that it's like things went so wrong for like such a small reason. I mean, it's like things were so close to not going as badly in the story as they did, but they did go quite badly. But it's it's a miscommunication plot, and it's also one of the more tragic to me. I'd say it's a more tragic one than Romeo and Juliet. Did you know throughout the entire game, entire series, there is not a single mention of sex? That's why they should put the 3-hour and the cutscene of Muso and Miri in a Canto 10. I did actually know that. I saw some people going over that because talking about that in when we got the kit revealed of Sam News Father.
그걸 어떻게 증명할 수 있지? 우리에겐 남은 게 아무것도 없는데.
But how will you prove your theory when we have nothing left to prove it with? When my Catherine is long gone!
맞아.
Right. I can't change the past like you said. I can't prove it to you either. Maybe none of this matters in the end, and Catherine might never wake up again, no matter what I do, but...
그럼에도 나는 옥상으로 왔어.
Yeah, at least Romeo and Juliet's families have a happy ending to their deaths. Wuthering Heights, it's just just suffering all the way down. I'm here anyway, on this rooftop. Do you even understand what that means?
너나 나나 서로 망한 새끼들인 건 맞지만.
You, me, we're both wretches. I understand that. But I refuse to break like you did. Leaping from world to world, seeking to kill everyone that you deemed to be the cause of that misery.
마음이 어디까지.
No matter how broken my heart has become.
네가 무슨 말을 하던.
Your speech rings hollow, Heathcliff. But the outcome is already decided. I will end your life and leap over to the next world to do the same.
그럼 뭘 기다리는 건데?
Then what the hell are you waiting for? Heathcliff pulled the golden bow from the roof of the Manu, where it was installed as a lightning rod. Oh.
소용없어. 제 아무리 노력해봤자 너는 황금가지를 파괴할 수 없다.
Heathcliff changing and choosing to become a better person than most possible ending is genuinely quite inspiring. You know, it's kind of what happened last Canto, but with Ishmael. Ishmael chose to be better than Ahab. Your struggle is meaningless. You cannot destroy the golden bow. I can't destroy it, no. But I can't stop it from working. You mean to kill me? You?
아니, 네
No,
소원대로
I will
나를
stab
찌르겠다고.
myself just as you wished. Yo. What?
역시
I see.
잘은 모르겠지만
I don't exactly
너는 이
understand
벼락을 먹는
why,
황금 가지가
but
필요한
this
거지?
golden bow being imbued with lightning is a necessary part of your plan, isn't it?
그렇다면
What if I
그
just
힘을 빼앗아버리면
drained
다
its
이거
powers?
아니야?
That'd cock up your grand scheme, won't it? Wait, how do you even know that, Heathcliff?
원래 내가
I ain't educated,
냄새를
but you
잘
know I'm
맡아왔잖아.
good at sniffing these things out. Yes. Yes. Ooh. That wasn't. Does that make him this? Am I remembering things right? It's been a bit, but does that make him the second sinner to be stabbed with the golden bow in their own Canto? Was the son stabbed by the golden bow in his by Dunbake? My Vtubie model looks like one. I hadn't thought about that.
개설인
Except Heathcliff. Yeah. I mean, he's proactive, and then he's especially then not at all. Catherine,
내가 돌아왔어.
I'm back.
문을 열어줘.
Please open the door. Why?
왜 스스로를 찌른
Why
거야?
did you stab
이게
yourself?
당신이 바라는
This is
결말이야?
how you wanted this to end?
이 집 곳곳에 있는 캐시에게 내 목소리가 닿아야 하니까.
Ishmael said this is how you wanted this to end. It almost implies that if he was killed by it, he wouldn't be able to come back, but I don't see any reason he wouldn't. It's not an end for them with Dante here. Because I need Kathy in every corner of this manor to hear my call.
지금까지 내가 보았던 황금 가지는
From what I've seen, the golden bow
마음
connects the house together.
연결시켜줄
See,
것 같았어.
he's smart, even if
내
he,
뜻대로 하는
as he
것
said, uneducated, and even if sometimes he doesn't act that smart, he's smart. Look, I'm flying by the seat of my trousers here.
그게
That's how you,
개설이는
Arthur, has become Wuthering Heights itself.
어떻게
I don't understand how that happened.
하지만
But
캐시도
if she saw the same mirrored denali and this gift present,
그리고 나와 계속
and if your house was the same as mine all along,
애가
I feel like I'd know that kind of what I feel like I'd know what kind of choice she made.
생각해보면 여기 온 이후로
There are a few ways the sinners can't come back. Maybe this is one of them. And I feel like at this point we had like the speculation that they might not be able to come back, but if they became mermaids by one of the whales, but we never really had that confirmed for sure. Now that I think back on it, from the moment we set our foot upon this manor, Wuthering Heights kept putting me away, while the diary continued to soothe me.
언제나
Oh, they can sabotage their contracts forcefully. Can their contracts be redone after sabotaging? Can they be reconnected? We were never honest, Kathy, both of us?
히스클리프 씨,
Heathcliff, what are you talking about? The diary flips through its pages until it comes to a stop on the last page.
히스클리프, 그거 알아?
Would you like to hear a story, Heathcliff?
아주 오래전
Long time ago, Josephine told me a little tale.
이 저택 아래에 있는
She said that there is a deep ancient river flowing beneath this manor.
터가 좋지 않으니
Every architect said that this was not a good place to build anything, let alone a house. That nothing should ever be built atop this hill. You can always reconnect what you've lost. The sinners are no different.
그럼에도 이 워더링 하이츠는 세워졌어.
Wuthering Heights was built here nonetheless over the unseen Hypogean River.
그리고 나는 어렸을 때부터
Ever since I was a child, I saw the ghost of my late mother wandering the halls of this manor. Wuthering Heights is a great place. Definitely a good property. Definitely not cursed. Nally, can't you see that ghost?
무슨 소리를 하는 거예요?
I told you, miss. There are no such things as ghosts.
그러게 제가 낮잠 자라고
Why didn't you take your nap like I asked you to?
마님.
Oh, mistress.
다행히도
Think,
그걸 보는 건
thankfully,
나 혼자만
I wasn't the only one who has seen ghosts.
이 조세피는
Josephine knew that you would one day return to our side.
저 밑에 흐르는 강물이 마님을 다시 이 저택으로 데리고 올 거라고.
That the river flowing beneath these lands would bring your grace back to this manor. That should be my duties at this manor. Be complete. You would allow me to drink the river's water.
그리고 그건 내가 자라날 때
And I've repeatedly seen that vision as I grew up.
히스클리프가
After Heathcliff left me, after I'd lost every will to live,
넬리는 거울 조각을
Nally brought me a mirror.
아가씨, 제가
Miss,
신기한 거울을 하나
I found an
얻었어요.
interesting mirror.
재미난 것들이 막
It shows you
보이더라고요.
such fascinating things. I suppose it is a magic mirror of sorts.
아가씨는 이런
I thought you might
장난감을
enjoy
좋아하실
such an
것
invention.
같아서요. 그 거울 속에서 나는 수도 없이 많은 히스클리프와
In that mirror, I saw the infinite variations of Heathcliff and I.
히스클리프는 나로 인해 황폐해지고
I pulled Heathcliff to the utter abyss of desolation. He grew cold and unhappy, mired in an endless cycle of misfortune.
그건 마치 처음
It was as though his fate was already written to be miserable. No matter what he did, he would always meet a wretched end.
저기 보여? 다른 유령이 또 보이고 있어.
Do you see that? I see another ghost. Me and Chato covering it. Ah, look at that! That's not a good thing to see in the mirror. That's not.
아가씨, 상태가 많이 안 좋아요. 찬바람 쐬지 말고
Miss, you are
들어가서 쉬세요.
still very ill. Please do not let the chill winds sicken you further.
유령은 왜 계속 슬프게 울고 있지?
Why does that ghost weep so tragically? And why does she appear so familiar?
거울을 마저 봐야겠어, 넬리.
I must gaze into the mirror again, Nally.
나는 히스클리프가 행복해질 수 있는 유일한 길을 찾아내고 싶어서.
I wished to find that single strand of possibility where Heathcliff can be happy.
밤새도록 그
So I
거울을
gazed into the mirror night after night after night
두 눈에서
until
피눈물이
blood
흐르더라.
began to stream down my cheeks in place of tears.
그러다 계속
At
들려왔던
the end of
피눈물의
the
끝에
ceaseless wailings,
가장 절망하는
I
그
found
사람을 만났다.
Catherine, who tasted the deepest despair.
너는 모든 세상에서 제일 고통스럽게
You are-
숨기고 있는 개설이네.
No other Catherine weeps as terribly as you do. Not in any of the worlds I have seen.
이 세계에서 히스클리프는 나 때문에 먼저 죽어버렸으니까.
Because in this world, I am Heathcliff's murderer. You were just like you,
너머의 모든
desperately
세계를
searching through every world we peered past the mirror.
하지만 그 어떤
But in no world are Heathcliff and I together in
행복하게
happiness.
살아가는 결말은 없어.
Our tale always ends in tragedy. The suffering is all that remains. I have nothing to live for. I have no reason to go on.
모든 히스클리프는 왜 항상 행복해질 수 없어?
Why can't Heathcliff be happy? Why can't any Heathcliff be allowed even an ounce of happiness?
답은 하나야.
She and Heathcliff literally have the same mentality. They're so incredibly foolish. Yeah. Oh. There is but one answer.
우리 탓이지.
That we are the cause of his misery.
있기에
Because Catherine's existence is what brings misfortune to Heathcliff.
모든 히스클리프가 불행한 건 나의 탓.
Every Heathcliff is miserable because of me.
모든 세계에 내가
If I were to no longer exist in any world,
모든 히스클리프는
will every
행복해지는 거야?
Heathcliff in every world find happiness? So I think this is a case of a common logical misconception here of confusing causation and correlation here. Just because you find the correlation that you're in the world and Heathcliff is unhappy does not equal causation, Catherine. But I think it's too late for me to tell you this, Catherine.
그래. 그러니까
Yes,
그래도
you will.
못하겠어. 남은 세계의
So
히스클리프를 위해서
it's not too late. For the sake of every remaining Heathcliff in every world. Just because she's intelligent doesn't mean she's smart. And also, lots of plenty intelligent people make logical fallacies. Logical fallacies are a common thing.
우리를 너의 세계에 초대해줘.
Please invite us to your world beyond. I don't think this sounds like a good idea, Catherine.
제일
So
먼저
that we may
이곳에
kill
너를
you
죽인
first
다음에 그 다음 세계로
and move on to
넘어가서
the next to kill the Catherine of a different world.
또
Again and again.
또다시. 그러면
Oh, that's interesting. I heard somewhere that the smartest people will know how to defend their bad idea the best. I haven't heard that before, but I like that.
그러면
Well, I don't
히스클리프는
like
세계에
that
도달할
like
수
that.
있구나.
It's
내가 없는 천국에
I like the sentence because it makes sense to me to align with reality. Only then can every Heathcliff reach his own heaven. The heaven where I no longer exist.
그제야 모든 굴레가
It felt as though I was freed from a heavy yoke.
그건 너무나 당연히
felt
내가
as
해야
though
할 일 같았어.
This was precisely what I was meant to do.
나는 모든
Because I love every Heathcliff.
그 애는
Because he deserves to be happy.
말씀하신 대로 뒷골목의 연줄을 좀 이용해서
I have done as you ordered. I have used some of my connections in the back streets
힌들리스를 파산시켰어요.
to bankrupt Mr. Hindley. Last I heard, he gambled everything he had away. Wow, nicely done, Nolly.
넬리가 아는 사람의 도움을 받아 힌들리 오빠를 파산시켜 워더링 하이츠를 빼앗았고
Impressive. I used Nolly, who asked her acquaintance to bankrupt my brother. Then I took the ownership of Wuthering Heights from him.
결과는 걱정 마세요. 이미 몇 번 비슷한 실험을 해본
Don't worry about the results. We've done similar experiments in the past.
실험실 준비만 잘
It'll
되면
all work out as long as the laboratory is ready.
실험실은 말한 대로 다
Certainly,
준비해 놓은 거야.
the laboratory will be
얼마나
completed
기간
as you have requested. The price is not a matter of concern.
그리고
And
방금
like
말씀드린
I've
것처럼
told you repeatedly,
이 방식은
this
본인의
method
몸에
will
새로운
overwrite
인격이
your
더 주어지는
identity
겁니다.
with that of another.
그러려면
Which is to
그
say
몸에
that your
남아있는
body
의식은
should be
없어야
free of consciousness.
그래야지만 온전한 인격의 소환이
Is that what the
가능해진다는
laboratory was for? Was the laboratory to like make you into the house or something? Because Heathcliff mentioned... You're completely normal, Flana.
나는 캐서린을 초대하기 위해 지하실에 거대한
I
실험실을
installed a
설치했다.
massive laboratory in our basement to invite Catherine to our world.
린튼의 도움을 받아
I
황금을
cried the golden bow
하지만
with Linton's help. However,
인격을 온전한 형태로 소환하는 것은 굉장히 큰
it's
에너지가
human. I don't remember what my human voice is.
인격을 온전한 형태로 소환하는 것은 굉장히 큰 에너지가 드는 일이야.
To summon a fully contact identity in an incredibly power-consuming procedure.
하나의 황금
A single golden bar won't be enough to power it.
하지만 다행히
Lucky for you.
우리도
We have recently procured ourselves a golden bow. Oh! Are we getting a golden bow back that they took from us?
옥상에 꽂은 이 황금 가지가
This
에너지를
golden bow,
실험실에 있는
once
황금
installed on the roof of your manor,
거야.
will collect all of the necessary energy and relay it to the golden bow installed in the laboratory.
당신 정말 친절하시네요.
You are so kind.
제가 무엇을
What kind of payment do you ask in return?
다른 돈은 필요하지 않아.
Not monetary, that's for certain. Instead,
반죽을
allow us to make a dough.
내 거래
That's
조건으로 들.
all I ask.
반죽이요?
A dough?
그래.
Yes, a
아무것도
pure, uncontaminated dough. Is that what Linton malted into? Is that what she's referring to?
어서 날 초대해줘.
Invite me, please, please.
조만간 실험이 완성될 거야.
The experiment should be complete soon.
넬리,
Nally,
이젠 유령이 무섭지 않아.
I no longer fear the ghosts,
모든 두려움은
because all fear stems from the ignorance of its origin.
그래서 나는 히스클리프와
Maybe that is why I was so afraid of talking to Heathcliff.
까마득한
Because
그
I
마음을
could not know, nor could I understand his ever-distant out.
내가 유령이라고 생각했던 것은
So speak to him! It's a paradox. You're afraid of talking to him because you don't know stuff about him, and the way you could fix that is by talking to him. Why? Unfortunately, it's very human. Very real. Yeah, it doesn't involve insane schemes. That's why it can't be done. But I had thought to be ghosts, but just us from the other worlds,
비참해지고
suffering in wretched pain,
나를
yet
죽이기
wondering
위해
the man who
벽에
still
헤매고 있는 날.
determined to end my life.
자, 당신에 관해
Now,
7번의
after the
파란이
lightning strikes 7 times upon your coffin,
다른 세계에서
the
넘어올 수
path
있는
to the
길이
other world will open, summoning the Catherine you wanted from the other world. There. Here.
린튼도 행복할 거야.
I am certain that Linton will be happy,
당신이
because
사랑하는 나를
you
위해
are
하는
doing this for me, whom you love so much.
관을 닫으면 당신은 다시 눈을 뜨지 못해.
Once the coffin closes, that is it. You won't ever open your eyes again.
알고 있어.
I know. She thinks Poe Linton. I mean, he's the bad guy here. He's not been on our side at all. But still, it's still Poe Linton.
하지만 이게 끝이 아니야.
But this is not the end. I will always be watching over you, wherever you may be. Your word is my command.
전부 이루어 놓겠어.
Everything shall be as you willed.
좋은 꿈 꾸게, 내 사랑.
He chose this for himself again and again. He chose this stuff for himself, but like, I also feel bad because like he's been wrapped up in this self-destructive tragedy. It's like he just there's not, I don't think it's that much of his fault that the self-destructive tragedy occurs, but like every single time he gets wrapped up in it. Hindley, on the other hand, he's horrible. Hindley's terrible. But Linton kind of just like stumbles into a bomb. He just like with Linton, it's almost like he gets in a vehicle that is already sat on a collision course. He's never really been on our side, Dante, the sinners, and Heathcliff's side especially not, but yeah, Heathcliff and Catherine ended up dragging everyone down with them.
아, 그 반죽은 꽤 순도가 높은 거라.
Oh,
무엇이든
a
될수 있고.
dough of such high purity can become pretty much anything.
내가 원하는 건
What I
그
seek lies
반죽보다는
beyond that
그걸
dough,
넘어선
however,
가장 처음
something more primordial, something at the far beginning of all things.
어딘가에 돌아올
But for
수밖에
you,
없는
I
히스크리프
present
보다는
a different Heathcliff.
오로지
Not your Heathcliff who left you without a word and doesn't even care to return.
당신만을 위한
A Heathcliff who exists for Catherine, and only Catherine.
그리고 당신 저택 아래 흐르고 있는 그 강이
And the river that flows beneath your manor will be of great help to the both of us.
당신의 의식은
It sounds to me, maybe I'm misunderstanding, but sounds to me like Human was already colluding with Erlking before she talked to Catherine. It may be that your consciousness isn't lost forever, because the deepest river arrests them from moving on.
어딘가에서
Perhaps you would have a front seat to everything that is to transpire.
나만을 위한 히스클리프? 그게 무슨 말이야?
It's not a purposeful reference to this includes skill 3, but I have actually used the one who shall grip Sinclair a paramount. So I should have known. Heathcliff, who exists just for me? What are you talking about?
그리고
And why am I watching all this happen?
내가 애초에
Where am I?
내 말이
Can
들리긴 하는 거야?
anyone hear me?
아무 걱정하지 마렴.
Don't you worry. We will make sure that this summoning ritual is a resounding success.
그리고
And just in case you forget, remember to hold steadfast. Remember that all this is for the good of Heathcliff, whom you love so much. The clack tune is to revive Heathcliff, who stabbed himself with the golden bow. That looks like every Catherine.
개소리.
Catherine! Eventually, Catherine from a distant world is slowly pulled from the coffin the other Heathcliff is carrying. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, that's why he's carrying the coffin, okay. The golden bow that impaled Heathcliff began to return to whence it came. Back to where Heathcliff first tore from, like it was meant to be. Tragedy. Okay, this is actually combat. Oh! Sizable reward. Lots of different enemies or something. Okay, so if we were to, okay, it wouldn't be this team. If we were to use a wild hunt Heathcliff, because that's what was suggested. A wild hunt Heathcliff. First off, it looks like we would have to cycle a few times to find a wild hunt Heathcliff. Okay, so we've got a few wild hunt Heathcliffs available here. But, importantly, let's take a quick look at what we have to work with. If the target has 6+ sinking, clash power +1, coin power +1 for every 3 sinking count, inflict 3 sinking, coin power +1 for every 5 sinking and target attack rate +1 for every 4 coffin. Oh, coffin does a lot. If this unit has Dullahan. Okay, but... oh wait, impending ruin? Okay, so the thing that I'm really getting is that... just absolutely sinking devoted identity. I'm not seeing anything else as far as synergy, really? I love reading. Coffin comes from killing enemies from a skill 3, which can be a bit tricky. Probably easier in a mirror dungeon if you give him a most skill 3s. Oh, Alice. So, Envy. But does he have? Okay, so he has skill 2 as Envy, so he can get that himself. Okay, let's see what I can throw together. Let's go sinews. Okay, so I do have a flourished ego spice bush, but I could only get it to. So I used the flora. You can see I have spice bush at Aptypho, but level 1 because the only time I've used him is in a mirror dungeon, and the mirror dungeon doesn't care about the level. It levels them all up. So the Apty is the only thing I cared about. Let me think. Okay. Okay, we can do this. How many sinews is it? How many sinews do I need? 6. I have an idea. I think we can make this work. Okay, so we're not using Spice Bush. We'll be using Index Nurse Father and Index Proxy. You can do it solo with Wild Hunt. I'm not so sure about that. That seems like pushing my luck. That seems unlikely for me to make it work, at least on the first try. Solo can be a bit tricky anyway, when you outplay the House of Spider. Yes. In fact, Blade of House of Spiders makes some mirror dungeons and such quite easy. Quite easy. Okay, so here's the key thing, I think. Okay, we will do the Rain of Harvests because they both do sinking. Wild Hunt there, so that's 1, 2, 3. And then Nurse Father, the Index. We just need one more ID. I think here's what we're going to do. We're just going to level up Wuthering Heights Butler. To level 35? Okay, Heathcliff. Okay, we have a few Wild Hunts here. Sure. Okay, so we will do this team.
이 소리는 복시연의
내 작품
대상.
부르신다면 언제든.
Yeah. Yeah.
저 살점을 찢으면 더 붉게 칠해지게.
Catherine, who Heathcliff desired so desperately to reach, she was walking out of the coffin, her eyes opened. Yet,
아니야.
no. The 7th lightning has struck. She's been overwritten by a Catherine from a different world.
내게 이러지 마.
Please don't do this, Catherine. I undo everything for you. Everything at the manor. Everything I suffered out there.
그냥 저택에 다시 돌아와서
All I ever wanted was to see you again. To return to this manor. To meet you. Solo in a story content is easy as hell. I haven't really tried it, I suppose. The space surrounding Catherine, who is screaming and wailing, begins to bend and refract, as though something has gone wrong. Why have you changed your mind? Have you forgotten our wish? You have spent countless days and nights watching how Heathcliff suffers. The suffering that we have inflicted upon him.
아니야,
No,
달라.
it's different.
내게 이런 말을 해줄 수
The only person who can tell me this is... Does it not matter to you what happens to every Heathcliff in every world? How you truly so selfish that you feel detached from its consequences. I am Heathcliff. My greatest miseries in this world have been Heathcliff's miseries, and I have watched and felt each from the beginning. My great thought in living is himself. If all else remained, and we were annihilated, no Catherine would seem a part of that world any longer.
캐시! 어딘가에 네가 느껴져.
Cathy, you are here somewhere. Where are you? The identity. Something's gone wrong with the summoning.
캐서린 씨의 의지가 개입되고 있는 것이 주요
It is likely that Miss Catherine's will is intervening in the summoning.
캐서린 씨가 소원을 거부하고 있다는 거예요?
Did she change her mind? She's refusing the summoning? Do not abstract me! Summon me if your love for Heathcliff is true! Ooh. Is this the Millie-san in the background? I think it is. Which is why I think if I did this right, I've muted it to just the stream and I can hear it. I am going to put on some music that... Okay, I'm not going to be able to hear the music, but you will. So this is going to be a little strange in that I'm going to have a kind of different experience than you, the stream. I don't even really know this music. It's just using a website called Pratzel, because Pratzel can play stream-friendly, copyright-free music that won't copyright strike a stream. And unfortunately, yeah, it's just the way we're going to do this. I can't hear what's being played because of the setup. Though I think I should turn that down, because I can see how loud it is on the stream. Wait. Is that even playing on the stream? I didn't test this part before the stream. Is music playing on the stream? Okay, syncing, inflict syncing count. Okay, so we've got a kind of syncing and bleed team. Inflict syncing, generate wild hunt until next turn. Sadly, no. Is it just quiet or is it... Is it there at all? I just turned the sound way up on it. Luckily, when there's one target, it's kind of easy for me to do the index. And we'll generate a wild hunt next turn. Okay. Let's go here. It's not on the stream at all, is it? Okay, let's try changing the... Okay, settings. Because I don't want it just to be no sound for you. That seems silly. Okay. Okay, that kind of works. It's a little weird though now because currently I can hear it and... Okay, now I've muted it so I can't hear that and you can't hear that. Okay, back to the actual fight. Admittedly, Pretzel used to have more stations that they were available under the free plan that I use. I think there's only the one station I can pick from. And I don't think it's terribly fitting. Okay, wait. Let me unmute it for myself. What's this one? Hopefully that one's fine. Okay, so it's very easy to do my flower to the flower thing with the index. Wait, what's the sound? Now I'm unmuting it for me again. Whatever, I'm just avoiding a copyright thing. And honestly, I've been listening to a lot of Millie's music lately, so I also really wanted to hear the song when it came up here. I've been listening to Compass from last Canto a lot this week. Hey, Shadow Clone, how's it going? Also, if we have a pause in the music, like in an interlude, a story thing, or something, the game's sound will come back on. Nice, Shadow. Oh, okay. So that becomes more complicated. Looks like Linton has been targeted by the index. The index doesn't like Linton. Just like everybody else. Sorry, Linton. Okay, let's... Why don't we have Erlking fight Erlking, or Wild Hunt fight Erlking? Yeah, he worked too closely with the Reen. This attack on Linton is very carefully planned, very carefully coordinated by these blue flowers. How am I doing? I'm doing fantastic. Wow. I don't use my index characters that often. Most of the time when I use them, they die very quickly. I don't know why they die so quickly, but they die very quickly when I use them, so this is a little different. Ah, now Hindley will pay for his crimes against the index. Let's check passives really quick. Alice Gillis target Heathcliff. Witness encounter if Heathcliff dies. Oh, that is a very good to know. If the target's current HP is higher than this unit, Clash Power +2, deal... Clash... Oh, loses SP and less against Heathcliff. If this unit did not land a single hit against Heathcliff, loses a SP out of vengeance. Okay. Wait, can I check? Wait. Oh, nice. We actually got Arena of Harvest Radiant transformed. Let me just look at this. If this attack kills target, gain 2 coffin. So we want to try to kill someone with this. So let's target Josephine with it. And we'll target other attacks at the Erlking. Ooh! Oh, that's a cool move. Except he didn't actually get the kill, so... That's unfortunate. Ooh! Erlking clashing with Wild Hunt. Oh, there's Catherine. Ah, okay, things are a little different here. No Mo Erlking, just Catherine. Gain breaking out. What's breaking out? If we see infinity as resistance is increased. Okay, so she gains resistance, but its 3 value becomes staggered. Interesting. clashing against Heathcliff. Lose clash power. Wins encounter if Heathcliff dies. What is this? It's all pointless attack that just defends. Okay. Okay. Oh, and this is a new part of the sun, even though I know we're listening to different music. New part of the sun, which is cool. How's our health doing? We might be able to take the moment to heal a little with Into the Sunset. Both the index wants to really attack that defense. I don't know why. You want to focus the hands? Well, I do. The index doesn't really like that strategy. The index thinks that another strategy will work better. Let's go here. I wonder, this fight might actually go long enough for Rina Mirso to get his transformation, which most fights don't go long enough for. Trust the will of the priest. Exactly. We will trust it. Trust it a little. And not a lot, but a little. This is also another team setup than I typically use. I don't know if all of my egos that should be equipped are equipped for the team. I forgot to check that. Okay, I was just checking what music is playing for the stream because I'm like, well, what's going on with that music? Okay, seems fine. Let's see. We're going to use another Into the Sunset. And actually, what does this have? Pal bullet. Anything? What to do? Oh, Okay, I don't have a lot going as far as egos and the team besides Into the Sunset, at least. Well, man, would I love getting Dullahan out. I actually, so Dullahan is one of my, a mythical creature that I am a fan of. Yeah, let's put it that way. I'm a fan of the Dullahan creature type. Maybe in my top 10 favorite mythical creatures. Oh, okay, now the index is like, hey, actually, what if we attacked that hand over there? What if we did an attack over there? good point. Index. Okay. Doesn't actually, can I check that again? It doesn't seem like it matters that much what sort of attack we use in it. Let's go. Over here. Did you know that Genshin Impact actually got raided by PM fans in the comments at the Nadcry update? Always gets me reminded to solo that stage was just Wild Hunt. Wait, why did it get... Oh, because of Wild Hunt. That makes sense. Oh, here we go, Don Quixote. I do need to figure out what Don Quixote team I am going to be using during here Canto. Could do something with the index proxy here. Oh, I just... So, actually, on my middle team currently, I have Love and Hate. There's also the option of I'm currently working on my charge team and could do Love and Hate on a charge team. Can you hear me? Can you hear my voice? I suddenly realized that an unfamiliar voice is echoing directly in my head. Is this sound coming directly through the golden bow? You hear that too, Clockhead? I turn around to look at Heathcliff, who appears exhausted from the prolonged battle, both in body and spirit. The golden bow that once pierced his chest was long removed after my clock turned. But its influence seemed to be lingering for some reason. Personally, for here Canto, I think it's best using Manager Dan. So I have Manager Dan, but I don't have any of the other La Mancha Land ones. Wait, 1 second. I am pulling up the wait. Did I click the right one? Yeah, I have Manager of La Mancha Land, but I don't have Princess of La Mancha Land or Owlbear of La Mancha Land or Priest of La Mancha Land. And I thought they synergized like on a team together. It's been a while since I looked into it though. Catherine? Heathcliff whispers. Listen closer. What is happening? A frail, desperate voice echoed. The voice shadows so terribly. This is not all that I wished for. No. I carefully asked the voice a question. So, all of this is... I never wanted a Heathcliff who exists for Catherine and only Catherine. I don't think she can hear our voices. All I wanted was for every Heathcliff to be happy. All I wanted was to kill every existence of myself. Please, someone help me. Can anyone hear me? Shout out that we can... Here, okay. So we've got Don Quixote. Oh, it seems pretty good odds for... Yeah, and it seems right to use Heathcliff for it. This is... The warm light of the golden bow begins emanating from somewhere. Heathcliff, is that you? Yeah, Kathy, I'm back. I'm... Sorrow, joy, wrath, obsession. I can feel the storm of emotion raging within Heathcliff. Oh, yet all is silent. I cannot hear his voice. The same emotions can be felt from Catherine's voice. Bloody hell. Cold slowly takes over the warmth as it grows weaker. I can no longer hear Catherine's voice. I knew that it won't be this easy, but Heathcliff refuses to let disappointment hold him back. Instead, he forges on with determination. The other seniors follow suit, prepared for battle. All listeners heal at 10 SP. Heathcliff gains 2 haste for the rest of the encounter. All listeners gain 1 haste for the rest of the encounter. Oh. Whoa! Let's go! Whoa! It looked like we were in the field of the cow's field for a moment there. Okay, he's like actually riding a headless horse. Those are the mirror worlds glitching. That makes sense. Oh! Just in time, Erlking. Just in time. Oh, that's kind of sad. I rarely use him. I haven't actually even aptide. There's Feather. But it's time for Furioso Replica. Here we go, Furioso Replica. Oh. Okay, nicely done. I'm sure it would have been better if I'd remembered to aptide him. Not something I get to use very often. Oh, also a house. Oh, look at that. Muso's gotten his upgraded form. Oh, the glitching. Oh, they're getting in a fight again. Oh, Catherine is back. Whoa. Okay, that scared me for a second. It showed both here and Erlking, and I thought we were going to be fighting them both at once. And honestly, I was a little bit concerned about that prospect. Like, you're going to have me fight both of them? That's a lot. Okay, let's representation emitter and into the sunset this. Yeah. This will be the last Catherine face. Okay. I saw that they added what is it? Lifetime is 2. Added lifetime is 2 5th appetite to the game this week. And I've seen a few people talking about at least Sinclair's being pretty good. Makes me think I should have that on my list, specifically for my Burner team. Funny teams I ever... I just threw it together because I needed something with synergy with the Wild Hunt Heathcliff. It was my plan before the stream was going to be to use my middle team with middle Heathcliff and my new middle Nurse Father, but we changed plans. My head fills with a voice once again. I never should have summoned that Catherine here. I thought Heathcliff would never have to suffer again if every Catherine were to no longer exist. But I should have known that Heathcliff would have thought the very same. Wild Hunt gets the index helping him. Not only the index, Wild Hunt has the index and the ring helping. I can feel her outrunning sorrow. I never should have fled. I should have tacked to her instead of running away. Heathcliff was right. Every unspoken word, every unshared discussion only broke their hearts further apart from each other, until their worlds began to run parallel, never to converge. If only I could go back. Is there truly no way out of this trap that woman set for us? Heathcliff shouts. Cathy, I... Just as Heathcliff began to speak, a shrill cry tears through our heads. Catherine, do not abstract me now. We promised, didn't we? We promised to kill all of us so that Heathcliff may find happiness. That cutting voice is tinged with an odd warmth, like a different voice. No, maybe the two Catherines were vying for control. One of her colossal hands is twitching and stumbling. Maybe this is our chance to neutralize that hand. Wrath, envy, Heathcliff? Here we go. This can't be. Good, we cut her off guard and neutralized the hand. I instinctively knew that we were so close. Heathcliff heals 10 SP, gains 2 damage up for Fortune. If we Catherine both hands gain 2 bind for foe. If we Catherine's both hands gain 2 attack power down for foe. I hate to say, but I kind of feel like a different character on my team would be batter off with the 2 attack power up, but 2 of us, but you know. Only in this stage he remains silent. Oh, that's cool. Okay, great, fantastic. The Index thinks that it is an absolutely brilliant idea for us to attack here and not focus the hands, so the Index does what the Index does. Ooh. Okay. We're getting through that hand, and the Index is doing their own thing. It's kind of 2 fights going on here. The fight that the Reen and the Battler and Wild Hunt is doing, and then the Index is off doing whatever they feel like. Like, we're going to try to see if we can take out this hand. The Index is not. Average day for the Index, I fear. Either you can get LMD when Wild Hunt is on Dullahan, even when there's no... Oh, wait. She has 1 HP. Okay, let's not use Furiosa Replica on here. It seems like overkill if she has 1 HP. If she truly has 1 HP, it seems like a bit much, Index. Am I missing anything with this thing she's using? She's using every Catherine must die. And it's... If all hands HP are at 1 and deal 0 damage, I'll add their allies gain 2 fragile and 2 attack power up, gain breaking out and inflict breaking out. There's 4 shielded HP. Oh. I cannot remember how this insanely complicated kit works. Can I save Furiosa Replica for when we go back to Erlking? Turn start if this unit has Sizzling Wound and has Furiosa Replica. Convert wound casing to okay, wait, where do we... Yes! I'm just wondering if somehow not using it will cause me to need to go through a whole, 8 more attacks or whatever number of attacks it is before I have to... Because I have actually at this point never just passed up using Furiosa Replica, but right now I kinda want to pass up using it until we get back to Erlking. Where's the... Where's the pout? You can say... Okay, we're going to save it for Erlking then. Yeah, we don't need it here. Just to save up a turn where Erlking pulls out that move. What? What is this sun that is playing in the... Okay, I'm skipping that. Okay, I kind of wish I had better music to play in place of the copyrighted music, but you know. What's he using here? Deal damage equal to 100% of the target's max HP. You know, that seems problematic. So maybe I just try to kill him here and now? Furiosa Replica it up? Oh, also Procuration Annihilate. But one of these... Also, Wild Hunt has a unique passive unlike other. What passive? Wait, can this apply to himself? Oh wait, Faded Promise. Oh, wait. And hit gain 1 offense level up next turn at less than 20 SP, gain 3 attack power up. If this unit has Dullahan, gain 3 damage up, 3 offense level up. As long as there's at least one other surviving ally. Heathcliff's HP does not drop below 1. Oh, so it doesn't matter. His Canto active effect gives him SP each turn instead of losing it. Furioso replica time. Come on. Okay, nicely done. Nicely done there. I still need to upgrade my 4th match flame. Oh, if you don't... No, I don't. I think this is my first time ever using Wild Hunt Heathcliff. I really just skimmed his abilities. That would have been good to know, though. Damn it, this is Kathy's coffin. So cold, and dark inside. You remained trapped here, all alone. All alone, just for my happiness. You who hated the dark so much. All affinities of advantage boost forth from the coffin. What? Oh, this is a tough choice. To which scenario I should have to challenge. There are pros and cons to my different options here. But I think you might argue against this, but I think I'm going with Heathcliff on this challenge. There we go. He succeeded. Wait. Oh. Whoops. I didn't mean to. Oh, okay. Heathcliff fully heals SP. All listeners heal 15 SP. Maybe I should have tried it on, yeah. He's using some scary attacks. It's lucky for us the index has chosen him for us to attack. And not like some random thing on the battlefield. Because you know they'd do that to me. They'd go, use a daffodil on the battlefield. We better annihilate that before attacking him. Do I want to use any egos? Yeah, I do. Ooh, no, not that. Okay. The last cutscene is unique to Wild Hunt. Usually other Heathcliff IDs change to his body sack ego. Ooh. Oh! Oh, they're both clashing as like Dullahan. No repose shall await us. Faust, if things don't get any better, what will happen to them? Erlking Heathcliff. Once he kills Heathcliff of this wallet for good, we'll leap over to other wallets to slay other versions of Heathcliff. If Catherine's summoning succeeds, she will become another Catherine who leaps between every wallet, creating more Catherines like yourself. I see. To what end? To an end where there is nothing but the silence and the lamentation of both Heathcliff and Catherine. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? There's a sound coming from my device. What? Huh? Huh? There's a beeping noise? What's going on? Dante's notes. Catherine, Dante. Wait. Oh, also, the Fantastic Sun is no longer playing, so I can unmute the game. Catherine, I see that you write a diary of your own. Oh, yeah, they both do. Dante, I wouldn't call it a diary. Not like you record what happens every day in here. Catherine, that counts as a diary. Still, Catherine, it is a record of your life. Dante, then I suppose it is. Catherine, just before the break of dawn, during the quietest hours of the day, I would write in my diary. This is what caught me off guard, playing this for the first time. This is certainly catching me off guard. Catherine, especially on the day when I suffered from fevers, I could not bear to keep going without vomiting every fault of mine on a piece of paper. I was always honest with my diary, but it seems that I could never be honest anywhere else. While I hid my true feelings from the ones I loved, while refusing to communicate myself, I became angry at those who couldn't understand me. Heathcliff shall never know. He will never know how much Heathcliff! Heathcliff's joined the chat. This is weird. No, I have to know. Catherine, Heathcliff, how did you... I needed a lot of courage to get here. Catherine, it's all so easy for you to tackle me. It's like some Discord guy. Yeah, it's... Oh, I know what the... This reminds me of some other games. This is like tonally different than this game I'm used to, but I recently played a game that has like has sections of it where you're playing as just like chatting in between in a like online chat. It's all so easy for you to topple me, for you to ground me up until I'm nothing. I was so happy whenever you came to visit me. A single glance from you in my direction could brighten my entire day. You were almost like a calamity. And I have always loved that very calamity that swept over me like the tempest, Catherine. Let's give a hand for them communicating after so much time. has passed. They're communicating, actually. They're speaking. Well, okay, maybe not speaking, but communicating. Catherine. Thank you for having the courage. Finally, our house. Oh, no longer broken apart. Dante, may I borrow your diary for a moment? The Golden Bow has far more impressive powers than any of us could have ever imagined. Oh? You've piqued my attention, alright. What powers? It has been bringing your own wishes to reality, has it not? What does she mean by that? Is she talking about reviving the sinners, or just the, like, manifestations? What's exactly? So, the key to my Heathcliff's happiness is in your diary. So is she still thinking of erasing every Catherine? So I looked down at the screen of the device I carried. Something I used to think was nothing but a tool for recording things. Okay. Okay, that kinda surprised me there. That kinda shocked me. We're back to the main menu. Golden Bow synchronized. Don't touch too stout. Change account. Clear all coffee. Well done. I've seen one other game pull the same move similarly to great. Okay, actually, have I? No, actually, it reminds me of. I've seen a couple of games do something similar to this, but each time it's just fantastically executed. The two games I'm thinking of off the top of my head are one, DDLC Doki Doki Literature Club, but also it reminds me of a certain moment in the game of Warframe as well. What if I do click here to start? It seems it wants me to clear Alicante, but what if I? Okay, nothing. Clear Alicante. Clearing Alicante %.
먼저 말해줘서 고마워, 히스클리프.
Thank you so much. Oh.
나도
I don't love every Heathcliff in every world. Oh, it's shaking! I love you as you are now. The screen. Oh, different versions of Heathcliff. and Kathy? In every world of possibility, it may or may not have been. Every Catherine and Heathcliff of all worlds call out to each other, feeling the echoes of their partners. Kathy and Cash in Korean has the same pronunciation, being a name joke. Ah, I didn't get that. I see, that is good. They struggle for the one last unseen embrace.
캐시! 어디 있지? 너를 다시 내 품에 안아야겠어.
Where are you, Kathy? I wish to have you in my embrace again.
네가 계속해서
I have felt your presence all along. I knew for certain that you have been hunting me. You lie not beneath the gold depths. You are beside me, are you not? Heathcliff! Why do you refuse to embrace me?
내가 네 마음을 찢을 게 아니야.
I have not broken your heart. You have broken it. And in breaking it, you have broken mine. Do come to me, Heathcliff. Whisk me away and embrace me in your heart. The gust here is too cold. My body is turning into ice. Only by your warmth shall the frost thaw. Oh, that is clever. Yeah, she's only on a parallel journey to him. The icon quote? Wait, what quote? Huh? Millions of worlds made real by Heathcliff, by Catherine and Heathcliff, begin speeding by before us. Every possibility of Heathcliff and Catherine, most ending in a tragedy full of suffering and lamentation. But among infinity I catch a glimpse of tranquility. Outside the manor there are two graves marking Heathcliff and Catherine's final resting places. And in the desolate, forlorn moorlands of Wuthering Heights are two youths who resemble Heathcliff and Catherine. They gaze deeply into each other's eyes, their mouths drawn into the sweetest, happiest smiles, their hearts connected despite everything. They were. I see. I let my conviction blind myself to the other possibilities. Erlking Heathcliff's last words are hollow and bittersweet. Its echoes scatter into nothingness. You know, this right here seems to echo the book where in the end Heathcliff himself seemed to be hollow and bittersweet. He seemed almost a hollow husk at the end of the story. Catherine begins to disappear from every world, as though she was never there. And when every Catherine eventually disappeared, millions of changing possibilities appeared before us. Mr. Earnshaw brings Heathcliff from the back streets. Hindley's scorn and hatred for Heathcliff remained the same. But without Catherine, Heathcliff had no reason to endure the suffering in Wuthering Heights. They could have made him die with a smile. Yeah. Yeah. So he quickly moves on from Wuthering Heights. Each Heathcliff lives a different life, meets all kinds of different people, and lives on without Catherine. Oh, look how bloodied he is. How Heathcliff watched as the world transformed, each Heathcliff living a life of his own, and Catherine's existence slowly fading from him. Even if Catherine did this to make him happy, she forgot that she is his happiness. Yeah, we don't exactly get happy endings in this game. Bittersweet at best. I would have understood if Heathcliff were to curse me with weeping, cruel words. I would have understood if he were to grab and shake me by the collar, to erase someone's entire existence. It's an unimaginably terrible thing. But Heathcliff was watching all of it in silence, as if he wished to carve each and every single one of them into his memory. And finally, there isn't anything left. Nolly, are you taking the golden bow? Nolly stood atop the railings of the rooftop and gazed down at us. Most sinners had fallen or were unconscious. In her hands she held the golden bow that appeared to have been pried from the rooftop. But Heathcliff, you are a good, kind-hearted boy, aren't you? I'm certain you understand. I suppose I will bring this to the one who first showed me the mirror's shout. I asked, I think last stream, I asked who showed her it. I asked who showed her that mirror. You know it's futile. You and your friends have fought battle after battle, pushed yourselves past the brink of exhaustion. How will you stop a chief battler who has waited for this precise moment? They can turn the clock, but I will no longer be here once the hands turn once. She's powerful. Sure, I can't stop you now, but I'll get it all back. The golden bow, my Catherine. Catherine? Who are you talking about? I can't say I understand what you are talking about, Heathcliff. I know. That name no longer means anything to you or anyone else. Nothing but an ink stain remains where she once stood. But she's never been clearer to me, so clear that it can never be erased. Well, if you are that desperate, then I hope your wish shall come true one day. It's sad that the golden bow can make any wish, anyhow, to come true. Huh. I wonder what the golden bows are to be used for in the long run. All that remained on the rooftop was a burnt golden bough inside the coffin.
하얗게 타버렸습니다. 나머지
The
한 개는
golden bough is burnt
누군가
white.
이미 가져간
It
듯하고요.
appears that someone has made off with the other. Nally took the other one, the one that's intact.
그자에게 간 거겠지.
She must have taken it to here. Human.
실패하지 않았어.
This isn't a failure.
되찾을 수 있어.
We'll get it back.
끝나도
Even if our hearts may be broken, if I give it my all,
수 있어.
we'll be connected once again.
개소리니.
I said that even in the world where Catherine and I were both dead.
이 관 속에 들어있는 자의 이름이
Is Catherine the name of the person in this coffin? Okay, so currently, unless I'm misunderstanding it, just Heathcliff and Dante who remember him.
죄송해요.
I'm
안
sorry.
그랬던 것처럼.
Everything feels so foggy.
이 관과
The
관
coffin,
주인은
the coffin and the person that lies within
수거하여
will be taken back to the headquarters by the after team. I wanted to ask him if he was okay, but I already knew the answer. So many things had gone wrong. Heathcliff's bat changes after this canto. Oh, I'm interested.
여전히
It's cool.
괜찮지 않아.
No, I'm still not okay. Heathcliff's one and only goal was gone. But Heathcliff was no longer trapped in a living dream. Perhaps that is precisely why he could open the door to see a new, wider world. Some Heathcliff ideas would forget Catherine too. Oh. Not a single colour remained in the Wuthering Heights once the tempest passed. All monochromatic, save for patches of colour.
제 이름은 히스라고 해.
Those flowers are called Heath,
황야에서 고독하게
the loneliest flowers that take root and bloom in the wild moorlands.
기다리지.
But they're also flowers that survive no matter what devastating tempest comes their way. They endure it all and wait. Wait. Oh, what?
몰라.
I don't know. The time, I suppose. That is when Heathcliff finally told us the name of the flowers. Wild Hunt, Perquad Cliff, and Ancope, I think. Back to the bass. It's interesting. To me, I wonder if that implies that at some distant point in the story, like they directly implied the wish granting power of the branch right there or something. Oh, the out granting sort of. Actually, the sun. Wait. Let's listen. What is he holding? Oh, that's his ring. He has it in a video. Oh. Muso looks annoyed. Virtually looks more downcast than usual. Oh, he's looking at a picture. I wonder if the rain brought back some bad memories for him.
쫓아!
Wait, you jump scare me there, Grango. Whoa, go after it, go!
아니, 저기로 사라졌잖아.
It took off! Where the bloody hell are you looking at?
그걸 진작에 말씀해 주셨어야죠.
Well, maybe you should have told me that first. Oh, I didn't see his... Okay, wait, I need to keep an eye out for his back. It changes, okay. Not yet. Another day, another distortion hunting in the streets of Teacup as per LCD's order. Looks like it didn't take too long for Heathcliff to be his usual energetic self once again.
야, 뒤질래! 이쪽으로 넘기라니까!
Oh, I told you to send him this way! I'll smash your head in once this is over. Maybe he's gotten too passionate. Long time no... Wait. Why are you... How do you still have color?
내게 아직 닿지 못한 거야.
Because the light is yet to reach me.
별은 아주
Because a star is an unfathomable distance.
단테.
Do you like flowers too, Dante? I was just thinking about Demian earlier today. Funny enough. Funny enough. I think I've come to like them.
당신이 정성스럽게 보살피고 있는
Imagine
장미의
that
향수가
there
있었어.
was a single rose you've taken care of for a long time.
당신의 방은 그
Your
꽃이
room was
풍기는
always
향기로
brimming
가득
from the
채워져
sweet
있지.
aroma of that flower.
그러나 어느 날
But one
당신
day, you leave the rose behind to go on a long journey.
그곳에서 큰
In your
정원을
journey, you come
들어가게
across a large garden,
당신이 보살폈던
and
것과
there
똑같은
you see
장미가
thousands of the
수천
very
송이가
same
피어
rose
있었어.
you once cared for.
그걸 본 당신은
That
울음이
sight
차서
brings you to tears,
바닥에
and you drop to your knees.
이유가
Why do you
무엇일까?
suppose that is? Demian, he's appeared before me in the past. He would always leave me with these cryptic riddles. I'm starting to understand what his riddles are supposed to represent. Because I've finally come to understand that the one I truly loved was the rose I'd left behind.
맞아.
Correct.
세상엔 수천
Even
수의
though there are
장미꽃들이 있어도
thousands of roses in this world,
단
there
하나.
is but one rose that is mine.
당신이 물을 주고 가끔
You've watered it diligently, cared for it, even as thorns pricked your fingers, so that your cure makes its aroma bloom. I suppose that's how it was for Heathcliff and Catherine as well. Knowing that there are infinite Catherines and Heathcliffs in countless worlds, they wished not for the happiness of infinite Catherines and Heathcliffs, but for the happiness of each other, because to them, each other was the one that truly mattered. He's saying some really shady and possessive stuff. Yeah, you know, he kind of creeps me out just a little. I don't know what it is. He's like a little laugh. He's a little laugh. He's a little unsettling. Unsettling is the word I want. But it would take most people a long time to understand that, because most people are foolish. Do you understand? Once I learn to properly love my very own flower, I no longer need to protect the thousands of other roses in the world. People of this star queue for thousands of roses, rose blossoms in their own gardens, but still fail to find what they really desire. But what of the other flowers that have already bloomed? What happens to them? Demian smiled at my question. You will find the answer to that question yourself, when you can draw me a sheep. Yeah, super cryptic right there. With that, Demian disappeared. I hear the faint cry of a distant lamb. Okay. What?
완벽하게 수행되었지 않은가? 하지만
Level cap of identities has been raised.
그렇다면 여전히 난 아무것도.
I'd tell you, I would describe to you how surprised I am that the Index News father is the one who dealt the most damage in that fight, but I don't want to lie to you. So, yeah, nicely done, Index News father. And the funny thing is that's without his tap up tie, because I'd completely forgotten to even do his tap up tie. And I'm sure he gets some nice stuff from his tap up tie. Yeah, I should do that sometime. Not my current priority, though. Okay. So now we have Mini 1, third Walpurgis Mini 2, a familiar siren, and time killing a time. I think we clear 736 to unlock the Hound difficulty. I think we will start this stream. We're obviously not getting through an interval in a single stream, but we'll start this. However, I think we'll take a quick break before we move on. And we'll continue here after the break. No need to go anywhere. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Seems I somehow did something weird with my audio interface on accident when I was trying to work out the whole deal that we have. Can I fix this? Can I think if I did that... Okay, that fixed it. Okay. I did something weird with it. Okay. Let's do this. Hopefully the intervals are good. I'm really excited. Oh. Hey, speak of the double, because that's who I'm going to speak of. Don Quixote. I really want to get to Don Quixote's Canto 7. Honestly, I've been loving reading Don Quixote. I'm almost done. I'm really interested to see how this game has interpreted Don Quixote. I've been thinking. Don Quixote loudly and obnoxiously flips through the newspaper in her hands, while peppering in a few insightful chuckles. Unfortunately, I know exactly what this means. And... that she will continue to try to draw my attention until I acknowledge her at the most appropriate moment. Okay. Don Quixote. Fine. What is it?
Oh, manager Esquire, dost thou know that the city's upstart companies,
such as one Limbus company, must always pay close attention to the ever-changing world around us? Hey, thee hither! Read thy newspapers, manager Esquire, and do keep thyself up to date on the events of the city, as Mirso and I, Don Quixote, do every morrow.
But just go along with it, why don't you? I'm pretty sure she's talking about Mirso and one of his moaning routines, you know. The one with the newspapers. I have the newspaper routine where he wakes up before the crack of dawn, parks himself on a chair, folds one leg over the other at an exact 90-degree figure 4 leg clack position, and peruses the morning newspaper. Mirso is indeed a creature of habit. That I guess it's left an impression on her, but she'll be back to her usual self in a week or so.
Hearken unto me! Out thou paying attention!
Yep, totally.
So what's new?
What did an article mention us or something?
Oh! How didst thou know?
Wait, really?
Forsooth, forsooth! Feast thy eyes upon page 3! Though 'tis quite regrettable that we were robbed of the chance to be on the front page. Huh? Page 3? We're really starting to... We're really starting to put our names out there, huh?
Van Quixote and Radio, the two sinews, guaranteed to draw the full attention of whichever space they inhabit, was speaking. It was only a matter of time before the other sinews crowding around, curious about the commotion. A dramatic conclusion to the mysterious disappearances at Teacope. Shocking! The perpetrators to this mysterious case has been revealed to be none other than the prestigious Adger family, appalling the general public. Well, I don't think we need to hear that part. What else does it say? With small assistance from some wandering bystanders who happened to be lost in the area, and with the most admirable heroics of the Teacope Class 3 collection staff on the scene. Wandering bystanders, is it? Perchance that particular denomination refers to us.
무슨 들러리 취급을 하는군.
Bystanders, they're treating us like we were barely there.
회사 이름도 안 나왔네.
They didn't even mention our company name.
에이, 뭐야. 심지어 시간 징수자들.
Come on. Those time collectors weren't even there.
언론이란 되게 그런 것이다.
This is within the expected range of behavior for the news media. Well, there may be those who seek to interview us after reading this very article, mayhaps. Then, Quixote, that is fantastically optimistic, which seems terribly on a brand. Fantastical optimism. You are hoping that someone would seek to interview the quote unquote wandering bystander of the article on page 3 of the newspaper.
어딘지를 알아야 인터뷰를 하러
I'm sure they'll have a grand old time looking for wandering bystanders for an interview. Very descriptive. I doubt anyone will pay us much attention, Don Quixote. Better not set yourself up for disappointment. And we were standing there for a good moment in a big group chattering about the article when someone slowly but smoothly walked between us.
림버스 컴퍼니 소속 직원들이십니까?
I love your design. Look at those arms and the hat. Excuse me, are you Limbus company employees by any chance?
당신들은
You fellas
왜
are...
저희가 왔는지는
I'm sure you are already aware of the reason for our visit. Oh! I welcome thee here, Lan and Howd. Have I awaited your arrival? I mean thy arrival, whoops. Now, from whence shall we begin?
뭐야? 진짜로 인터뷰하러 온 거야?
Whoa, is she actually here to interview us? No way. Don Quixote wasn't just losing her mind at nothing.
인터뷰에
I
대해서
was not told
제
that
쪽에서도
any
전달받지 못한
interview
부분입니다만
would be taking place.
나 참, 베르는 이럴 때 또 어디 간 거야? 지난번에 히스가 쓰고 남은 헤어무스가 어디 있었더라?
My, where'd Fuke go at a time like this? Now, where'd I put that leftover huge gel from Heath's makeover? Also, do you have a leftover huge coupon from... Thou may commence.
자, 그럼
I don't think they're here for what you'd like. All right. Then.
세금은 분할 납입하십니까?
전부 다 했다고는 볼 수 없지.
Really, I shan't.
Wait, can I do this?
Really, I shan't rightly take all the credit for what we have accomplished there.
Let me try this. Let me see if this works. I'm not sure if this will work, but let me give it a try. Will you be making your tax payment in installments? Oh, down! It's not working. I have this thing that it sometimes works, but only when I'm. It never works when I want it to. I tried to recode it so I could play it at the same time. No, my audio system sometimes.
Huh?
Okay, we're clearly not on the same page here.
저희는 T사 시간 징수청의
We are
징수자로서
tax collectors from
당신들이
Teacups
체납할
Time
시간세를
Collection Agency, currently on a mission to collect your overdue time tax.
역시
Those Erlking. Okay, Ethan and Heathcliff. Didn't you two probably knew who these people were? Couldn't you have, spared Don Quixote the embarrassment? Does Don Quixote feel embarrassment, actually? Probably not. Never mind. Nothing to spare. Those ilks are never bringers of good tidings, indeed.
시간세? 그럴 리가.
Wait, time tax? No, that doesn't make any sense.
저희는 이미
We already paid our time tax in full when we went through the Teacup Nast immigration process, Virgilius said.
A few days ago about Mephistopheles.
정말 괜찮은
Are you
거예요?
sure we don't need to pick up a timepiece for each of us to carry?
왜냐하면 T사의
You
모든
probably
사람들은
know this already, but in Teacup,
세계를 소유하고 있어.
Everyone must carry a timepiece, yes. I know the rules.
하지만
But for every rule, there's always room for an alternative that offers a bit more flexibility. Of course, I don't suppose it's listed anywhere on that pamphlet.
단기 체류를 원하는 외부인
Outsiders seeking a short-term stay at Teacup can pay the proximate time tax for the length of their stay to be exempt from the relevant obligations, instead of going out of their way to abide by Teacup's rules. As you may have expected, anyone born outside District 20 must go through numerous hoops before they can be issued a timepiece. So we elected to pay 30 days worth of time tax on the spot before entering Teacup's borders.
상당한 금액이었을 텐데.
Impressive. It can't have been cheap.
시계
yet I wished to wear a watch as well, like Lady Otis does.
내 시계는 멋으로 차고 있는 게 아니다.
Haven't I already made it clear? It is not a fashion item. As I have said so in the past, the company has no budgetary concerns. It is a given that they would be taking care of such expenses.
이제야 좀 회사 같아진
Are you
느낌이네.
finally starting to operate like a real, professional company now? Yet there must have been a minor miscalculation or something. Maybe we fell slightly short of the amount we had to pay.
더군다나 30일이나
It hasn't even been 30 days since we arrived here, though.
뭐 만약에 돈을 내야
Well, I'm sure we can pan away the stuff to fix what probably amounts to a round and easy peasy.
I'm guessing it's going to be
it's going to be a large amount that is required. I don't know why it would be, but I'm guessing it would be. Not something you will be able to just pan a few things. Heathcliff muttered, gesturing toward Sinclair and Han Lu with his chin. If it'll help pay for the time tax, then sure. Oh, maybe I didn't pack much when I left, though.
이거 밀린 시간수가 얼만데 그래?
Well, let's hear the damage. How much time tax do we owe you?
납부하셔야 할 시간
Currently you are.
총 100억 4천만 원입니다.
Okay, wait. 10 billion 40 million on behind in time tax payments. That's funny, you actually got it correctly, yeah! Okay. Hanlu, I assume you have that in pocket change. Just like in like the lint of your wallet, you have that much, I assume, Hanlu. What? Did my hearing get worse or something? I heard a ton, a 40, and the rest just kind of flew right over my head.
그 정도 액수라면 아예 저희 집을 한번 들러야 할 것 같은데요?
He does have it, just not in his pack. He does have it though. For that much money, oh, we might have to make a brief stop at my place first.
안 내면 아니 못 내면
What other options do we have if we don't? I mean, if we can't pay the tax.
그런 선택지는 존재하지
Can't
않습니다.
pay the tax is not an option. The only options are the following. Make your payment with time or money with interest, of course.
시간으로 납부한다.
Why is the payment that, though? What the hell does making the payment with time even mean? Now that I think about it, I remember someone talking about paying with time before. I never really cared to find out exactly what they meant, though. Ethan? Heathcliff? Know anything about this? I have not once failed to make my payments during my residency at this nest. Thus, I know not what transpires on an occasion in which one fails to pay the time tax. I've never been involved in messy businesses like taxes at the manor either. And in my backstreet days, Boss dealt with the complicated shite like that for the rest of us. I did see a few post-ads getting dragged away, 'cause they failed to cough it up, though. Okay, fantastic. We don't have any information. Well then. With their not-so-helpful answers, my mind immediately began to wander toward Faust, who I hoped would know something about this. Then the two of them. That's when Otis suddenly and defiantly stood between us and the collectors.
전혀 납득이 되지 않는군. 무슨 계산법으로 그런 얼토당토하는 액수가 나온 거지?
Actually, that's a completely true statement. This is completely unreasonable. What kind of shoddy calculation led to this nonsensical figure?
T사의 징세 계산은 언제나 합리적입니다.
Tax calculations in T-Cobe are always exceptionally reasonable.
무의미한 시간이
The
계속
clock's
지나가고
ticking.
있군요.
Would I be correct to assume that
의지도 없는 걸로
you
간주해도
both
되겠습니까?
lack the capability and the will to make your fair payments?
잠시만요.
Wait, we don't have to escalate this. Can we get a timeout?
We do have the capability and will. Hanelu just has. Hanelu has it.
바람직한 발언이 아닐
Your
것
choice of
같습니다.
words may be quite unwise.
자, 지금 불만을 꿍얼거리는 놈들.
Try and whine all you want about not wanting to escalate things when you've got 10 billion in your pockets. I won't recognize your opinion as anything of worth otherwise.
없다면
They're threatening us with a timer. You don't
우리의
ask
전진에
for it.
방해가 되는 자를 배제하는 게 맞겠지.
No, then shut up and stay out of our way while we deal with this obstacle that dares to stand in our path.
재밌겠군.
How exciting. A 10 billion on death. What are you thinking, Ryoshu?
100억 4천만 아닙니다.
10 billion and 40 million on, to be exact. Ooh, this is possibly problematic. What is this? Is that symbol different than usual? Or have I just failed to notice the clock in the symbol before? It's one or the other. Okay, let's see what. Okay, let's try the Envy team I've been playing a bit of. We want to grab Sinclair middle. And okay, wait, how's... Yeah, okay, so we have 5 middle characters and then In the Name of Love and Hate in this team.
몸을 풀어두죠.
In Mirror Dungeon, I've been using some of the arena team in addition because I don't have a full middle team and the arena has a little bit of envy. Which doesn't always work, but... Oh, fantastic. Dan Cutie, we really need you to do envy.
재밌겠는데?
거창을 세워주지.
쳐다보긴 우리 엄마 멋있는 건 알아가지고.
But both the middle nurse father... Wait, what was that?
전부 본인의
Oh, Dan Cutie's not doing great. Both the middle nurse father and the middle Heathcliff have just proven to be absolutely absurd when I've been playing them.
재밌겠는데?
사랑과 정의.
이거 분강 맞지?
그렇지. 필살.
바로 그거라 딸래.
브레이크 슬램.
But I so rarely get the
하는 건 알아가지고.
look at that. I so rarely get the middle
녹이면서 뵐수
news
있거든.
feathers sewed fully unpacked. Okay, can I get okay, we'll go. Also, I do need to I've only gotten in the name of love and hate to appetite 2 as about the ego, and in the name of love and hate yourself up to 3.
재밌겠는데?
장부를 펼칠 것도.
Time to unpack.
우리 엄마 멋있는 거 알아가지고.
Completely free skill right there that's just murders something.
그렇지. 이거 분강 맞지?
바로 그거라 딸래. 필살. 바이올렛 브레이크 슬램.
일어나. 아직 열 한
준비한
번은 치러야
기밀은 이게
한다.
다인가?
좋아. 장부에서 삭제.
One second. A teacup staff in a different uniform approached the sinews as both sides went on the defensive. Oh, yeah.
녀석들의
Is
우두머리인가?
this one the arena leader? Actually, Otis, we were just doing middle, not arena. I think you're a little confused.
등급은 높으나 저자도 D사의
He may be of a higher
그런
rank,
개념이
but he is but an employee of Teacup, all the same.
그들과 계속 다투다가는
Which is to say that our insistence on meeting their demands with hostility may lead to a direct confrontation with the full force of Teacup.
전투를 즉각 중지해라.
Lay down your weapons now.
협조하지 않으면
Should you refuse to cooperate, all of you present may be considered hostile individuals by Teacup, and we will use force to...
유쾌해지기 시작했고.
I like that. Oh, thrilling.
이렇게 되면
This is bad. This seems like a great time for Vugilius with his intimidating glowing eyes to
등장했다.
appear.
며칠 전까지
Oh man, weren't things much better between us and the guy, but only a few days ago. Feels like it's been forever since then.
그렇게 째려보지만 말고 우리 말 좀 들어봐.
Come on, don't leer at us like that. We had our reasons, Kay. They showed up out of nowhere and tried to extort a whole 10 billion on.
100억 4천만 아닙니다.
10 billion and 40 million on, to be exact.
그 말은 녹음해놨어. 계속 똑같은 말만.
Hey, she didn't deny that it was extortion though. She just denied the amount. You really like saying that, don't you? Jeez.
그러니까 우리에게 그만한 세금이 나올 리가
Yeah.
없잖아. 누구보다
The
쓰려고.
point is, there's no way we owe that much money. We're kind, law-abiding citizens. Oh. Oh. Oh wait. Is it possible that they owe the tax on inheritance? Because sometimes you can owe taxes on inheritance, right? Maybe? That's the only thing that's occurred to me. It is not the end, Adam. That, you know, a very D&D thing is happening right now with the main characters having a run-in with the city guards.
정의롭게 살았는데.
Who out brimming with the sense of justice?
그러니까.
Hew, hew.
Virgilius listened quietly for a moment as the sinners chattered on like they were part of a comedy skit.
그래, 너희 말대로 100억안이라는 숫자는 이상한 액수이긴 하지.
Yes, I agree that 10 billion on in taxes does seem unreasonable. However, it is a mystery to me how no one stopped to think for a second about the troubles you might spark by starting a meaningless scuffle like this in the middle of the street, no less. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Virgil. The seniors have been shown to be shining examples of forethought and well planned out tax evasion. Virgilius let out a deep sigh before turning towards the teacup employee. We find it regrettable that this incident has led to bloodshed. However, 10 billion in time tax is unacceptable. You can tell how good you're at planning by the win rate and damage buttons. I'm sure you know full well that 10 billion anna's worth of tax isn't the kind of money we can simply fork over in the middle of the street. I believe that it would have been more appropriate if you had provided us with some context as to how this number came to be, instead of immediately marching up to us and demanding that we pay the time tax. I admit that such absurd amount of time tax levied upon your group is almost unprecedented. We have been summoned to an emergency meeting in a relevant office to address the severity of this incident. I see your point. Why don't we move this conversation to the collections office in the relevant jurisdiction for now to discuss possible solutions?
저기 해결사님 너무 억울한 표정 짓지 마시죠. 당신들이 방심해서 짓는 게 아니라
nicely done there, Ishmael.
이걸로 이번 월간 해결사들에 나온 주목해야 할 신진 해결사 사무소도 처리 끝났네.
The truth behind the absurd amount of time tax levied upon us was much simpler than I expected. About a week ago, a large-scale unauthorized temporal leakage phenomenon was observed at the Wuthering Heights Manor, which set you up several stages in the progressive time use tax bracket due to the immense amount of time leak.
시간 누출 현상?
Oh no! Oh! Oh no. temporal leakage phenomenon. Oh no. Oh no, oh no.
특정 공간의 시간이 느리게 흘러가게 되었다는 뜻이에요.
Oh no.
심지어 그 공간이 한동안 움직이기까지 했네요. 개책된 건 4시간 정도의 분량인데요.
Hopefully they don't have a way to trace it back to who did it, because otherwise we're really going to have an even tougher time getting out of the... They can say for certain that one of us purposefully did it. It refers to the deceleration in the flow of time within a certain physical field. In your case, it wasn't even a static deceleration. It moved all over the manor for a good while, too. We measured about 4 hours worth of time in the process.
뭔 소리를
Oh! It's different now! I like how we kept the first 2 letters. Revenge to remember. Oh, I like that so much. Oh, I like that. What the bloody hell is she blathering on about?
특정 공간이 느려졌다는 것은
Deceleration in the flow of time within a certain... no, don't give away that you have any clue as to what's going on, Isan.
저택 안에서
No.
그들을 쫓아가기 위해 단테가 우리의 움직임을 날새게 만들었던 때를 이야기하는 것인가 보.
Fantastic. Now they know we know. Isan... Maybe don't play poker, Isan. You seem to have a good poker face, but right there, you don't just reveal your hand like that. She must be referring to the moment during which Dante granted us celerity as we were in pursuit of that man at the manor.
이해되지 않는군. 관리자님의 능력이
Isan is getting his spoiled food taken away from him.
오류일 확률이 높다.
Impossible. The manager's ability was activated for less than 30 minutes. It is most likely that your 4-hour measurement is a calculation error. Also, I would trust Musso on the time measurements, people. He seems to be the sort who would know this. No. Considering the odd sensation we had experienced, we departed the manor. It is most probable that no error had occurred in their calculation. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
단테, 기억하시는가?
Do you recall, Dante, as we left behind the manor a few days ago? Muso is still out around with thy daily routine. We had just returned to Mephistopheles after the incident at the Wuthering Heights Manor. Most sinners were keeping to themselves, given the clear look of sorrow on Heathcliff. However, Don Quixote's ever cheerful voice, like always, constantly shattered through the silence.
이상 현상을 발견했다.
I have identified an anomaly.
저택에서 보낸 시간을
We
생각하면
should have been issued the morning newspaper, not the evening newspaper. This is inconsistent with the amount of time we spent at the manor.
뭔가 실수가 있었던 거
Perchance 'twas an innocent mistake?
이 버스에서
As long as I have been a passenger on this bus, morning newspapers have always been delivered during designated morning hours, and evening newspapers have always been delivered during designated evening hours. The possibility that they have made a mistake cannot be completely ruled out. However, the likelihood of that is minuscule.
그러고 보니 색이 없어서 눈치를 못 챘었는데.
Oh, now that I'm looking at it, that's a sunset, not a sunrise. I couldn't tell because of the lack of color.
그러나 시간상으론 분명 동이 틀 시점을 더.
Interesting that they have Ishmael bring up the sunset or sunrise.
This cannot be! This must be the early hours of the morrow, is it not?
I may have an idea as to how this inconsistency came to be. Right, the TT4 protocol.
What's that?
Temporal velocity synchronization device. Or something like that. I've seen an advert for it once. A luxury solution for all your time synchronization needs. Enjoy equally leisurely hours together or some shite like that.
Oh, 'tis quite unlikely, Heathcliff, to use so many complicated words in a sentence. Pray, shall someone explain it in plainer language?
It is an apparatus for equalizing the velocity of time for all those affected individuals under the TT4 protocol's influence.
Aha! Forsooth, I thought it quite odd how someone so affluent in time was moving and speaking at the same speed as the rest of us.
He didn't even kill Dan for the insult. Then with this information it can be concluded that the time we have experienced within the Manu was flowing at a faster rate than the world outside.
That is so useful! That is such a useful thing!
Being able to just have extra time in your day. That is a coherent explanation as to why the evening newspaper instead of the morning newspaper was issued. Good. Now that your curiosity is sated, I don't suppose anyone has any issues with tackling a new job.
The LCC... No. The LCA has sent us a new request to track down a distortion. As for more detailed information. So, activating my ability within the TT4 protocol caused... Yes, indeed. It was akin to tampering with an already accelerated flow of time. From an outsider's point of view, it would have appeared as though more time than was what was actually spent was leaked. Oh no!
잘 아시네요. 심지어 개인에 대한 시간도 아니고 공간제로 시간을 조작하셨어요.
This bloke knows what he's talking about. Also, you didn't just manipulate time on a personal scale. Like I said earlier, you affected the flow of time within a physical space. Let me remind you that it wasn't even a static field, it moved all over the Manu. Honestly, this situation is completely unprecedented. Dante, you may have picked the worst possible place to learn that new ability. And I barely even made use of that thing. Right. They used to activate it only on special occasions, like when we had plenty of guests over for a visit, because it was so bloody pricey. So the time tax for your inflated tax bracket multiplied by the surtax per volume from the physical space covered by the temporal manipulation. Yeah, no wonder it all adds up to this insane number.
우리라고 이렇게 될 줄 알았나?
It ain't like we knew something like this would happen. Well, anyway, you have 2 payment options to settle this time tax. That.
아니 무슨
Wait, options? What options? It ain't like bags of 10 billion on grow from tree, ain't in it? Option 1, cash payment. Option 2, time payment. Yeah, about that. What's that supposed to mean anyway? Paying with time. It means... Oh. The employee who is about to answer our questions with painfully observable annoyance suddenly jolted at the sound of an alarm. Understood. I just got a call that they're ready to hold the emergency meeting regarding this incident. Limbus company may send 2 individuals to the meeting to represent your company. Whatever we do, don't send the son, even though he knows what he's talking about here. He's going to spill everything. He's going to say everything we know. I think Mirso should come.
걱정된다는 듯 뒷깎거릴 필요는 없습니다, 딴테. 회의 같은 복잡한 처리는 제 일이니.
No need to tick-tock and fast, Dante. Dealing with complicated matters like this meeting is one of my responsibilities. I will be joining them to discuss the possible solutions to this incident. So please, keep the sinners under control. Except you, Miss Faust. You're with me. Understood. Make another mess while I'm gone, and only Ryoshu will enjoy what comes next. Keep that in mind as you wait. Oh no! Oh no! Don't stump to! Well, off they go, I guess. I didn't even give us the chance to ask them more questions. They're just leaving us here like this. But isn't the whole mess basically about what'll happen to us?
저 별거 아닌 질문이긴 한데요.
So this isn't anything serious, but
메르소 씨는 왜
what's
교수 위에
Mirso doing on the gallows? Is he just getting ready? Is he just prepared? He has resigned himself? What? Mirso, what are you doing up there?
올라가라 하여서 올라왔습니다.
I mean, seems super in character. Super in character for Mirso. You know, just... He was told that's the place to stand, so I mean... No one told him to feel bad about it, did they? No one told him to feel bad about the fact that he's getting executed. They just told him to stand over there. So, you know, it's what he does. Who told you to do that?
내가 그랬어. 시간센 앞으로 도와주려고 했지.
I did. Just trying to be helpful with you and your friend's little time tax problem. I thought all employees were supposed to be at the emergency meeting. Oh, that's the person.
우와,
little different looking.
박람회에 제출하면 참가상까지 노려볼 만할지도 모르겠는데.
Whoa, a clock with legs! How fascinating! If someone were to submit you for consideration at the upcoming expo, you might even be worth a participation trophy.
시계를 보니까 생각났는데.
You remind me of the time when some hapless soul submitted a timepiece that doubled as a compass that had a rather tragic and critical design flaw. You could tell the time, oh find your path, but never both at once. Tell directions or tell time. It was only one in the other, leaving you lost in time and stranded in the streets. 1 second. Slight problem. Okay, I fixed it. That was no good. Not at all. That's no better than a clock taped to a compass at the end of the day, is it? Oh right! TT5-2 protocol is operating at an experimental capacity within this office. So don't you forget, anyone not synced with the daily standard time might find this a little disorienting. So keep that in mind as well.
뭐라고요?
Yeah, I'd argue you don't need both of those at the same time as well. Like, what is it? You need to go west but only between the hours of 5 and 4. 5 and 6, or 4 and 5. I'm saying I don't know why I said 5 and... What?
TT5-2를 처음 듣나 봐?
Now that's a look of someone who has never heard of the TT5-2 protocol, eh? TT5-2 protocol, as its name suggests, is an invention to address the temporal efficiency problem present in the TT4 protocol. It's doing test runs in only a few select T-Cope offices, so if you do ever feel the urge to leave your impressions of this new shiny thing, feel free to jot down a few words on that bulletin. Wait a minute, who wrote a 3-star review? The man whom we presumed to be a T-Cope staff seemed very adept at holding a one-sided conversation with zero external input. Yeah. Not that any of us could keep up with how fast he was speaking anyway. Anyways, if you're ready, let's get cracking! I am ready. Wait, I don't know if it's a really good idea to be ready for something that looks like... Muso, why? Muso, why? Muso, please! Did I read this? I can't remember. From the throwback standing from the intimidating machine tightened around Muso's throat. Is this what it means to pay our time tax with time? Getting hanged from the gallows? Please, call it by its precise and given name. Temporal scale gallows. It matters the exact amount of time you owe and sucks that time right out of you. That wasn't the original name, mind you. There was simply too much hubbub and hullabaloo about its excessively long name, which was approximately 58 words. Oh, letters? Can someone ask him what'll happen to Muso? Is that thing going to kill Muso? Kill him? Nonsense! She's a very gentle machine. It is simply preposterous. How are you?
대체로 누군가가
They have ever spoken in such a manner,
더 무섭고
oft
큰 결과가
portends that
기다리고
events
있구려.
of even greater ill fortune shall befall us.
사실 나도 잘 몰라. 아마 100억 안에 해당하는 시간만큼
I'm not so sure as to what might happen, actually. I suppose it'll suck 10 billion ons worth of time out of your friend. That seems like a lot of time.
정확하게 말하도록. 그 나쁘한 시간만큼
Stop
어떻게
being
되는 건가?
obtuse. What is that even supposed to mean?
설마 메르소 씨를
Is he going to be stuck like that for 10 billion hours or something?
그건 아니야. T사에는 하루 4시간 보장 제도라는 게 있거든. 다행이지? 아무리 최악의
Well,
4시간으로는 살 수 있다는 거야.
not exactly. Let me tell you about Teacope's particularly generous system called the 4-hour daily minimum time guarantee policy. How generous, even when roast comes to roast, every citizen is entitled to the right to enjoy a minimum of 4-hour days. According to the Teacope Public Welfare Council, 4 hours is the absolute minimum number of hours in a day to guarantee human survival. Survive being the key word here. This doesn't sound good at all. But everyone's guaranteed at least 4-hour days. Is Dante an alarm clock now?
이런 100억 4천만 원을 한 번에 뽑아내는 건 역시 어려웠나 봐. 여기 보여? 측정 불가라고 나오잖아.
My, sucking 10 billion and 40 million on worth of time from your friend was too much. I suppose. Look, it says measurement here. That rarely ever happens.
잠깐. 당신 호기심에
Wait, you pulled the lever when you didn't even know what was going to happen, just out of curiosity?
당연하지.
Of course! 10 billion on of time text, that is historically unprecedented amount of that. So I had to see what would happen. You could land first place in a lottery and you still wouldn't even come close to making 10 billion on. And that's before taxes. I'd say you all have been landing a museum of history if I'm being honest. And yet, I will point out that Hanlu said we just needed to stop by his place and we'd be able to pay it. And he's not really the deceiving, dishonest sort. At least I don't get that impression from him. Besides, I haven't seen anyone with more than 150 hours in time tax that willingly step up the gallows before. Anyone beyond that usually chooses to run and digs themselves into an even deeper dot hole. The point is, I scarcely expected someone in a 10 billion on time jack hole to just rock up there like that while he's moved out. What is wrong with this guy? Awaken, Muso! Prithee, surround you not to such machinery!
괜찮은 거였어?
Out! Unharmed, I mean.
괜찮다.
I am alright.
일단 메르소 씨, 얼른
why don't you get down from the gallows for now, Muso? Such a scene for them to act in on. Virgilius and Faust, who returned just as this incident occurred, were both glaring at us with expressions that were anything but friendly. I like the design of the time gallows thing. The adventure of the three detectives. Okay, I can clearly see that you are both accusing me of letting the sinners run wild again, but we had our reasons. We have reached an agreement.
어떻게 됐어요? 사정은 잘
And you explained things to them, right? Please tell me that the agreement doesn't involve us collectively dangling from that stupid gallows. 10 billion yen is certainly an absurd amount of money, but that doesn't change the fact that we are still responsible for it. We did benefit from the extra time it granted us, and its use was something that wasn't mutually agreed upon before our unilateral activation.
이쪽에서도 사전에 예상하지 못했던 상황이었기에 대비책을 마련할 수도 없었죠.
Because it was an unexpected event, no countermeasures could be put in place either. Yeah, but we didn't exactly have a whole lot to debate whether I was allowed to slow down time or not. We really had to think on our feet back then. I felt a bit miffed about being treated as though I were somehow at fault for this. If you plan to sacrifice one of us to settle the debt, I request that you evaluate our worth based on individual merit. I have prepared performance evaluation sheets for each senior precisely for one such occasion, and the last pages of those evaluation sheets are extra opinions that... Wow. Otis, are we prepared for this? I don't plan on leaving any of you behind to take the fall for the group. Besides, 10 billion yen isn't the kind of money that you can settle with the sacrifice of one individual. But we did eventually find a reasonable compromise while you were wasting your time hosing around in front of the gallows. And that compromise is... We have been contracted to deal with a distortion. I guess we're really starting to put our names out there. They specifically set us out to deal with this distortion. They did not, Grego. I'm sure it was Faust and Virgil that presented it as an option.
다른 해결사와 업체들에 먼저 의뢰를 맡겼었으나 번번이 실패하여서 저희가 6번째 의뢰라고 하더군요.
They have sought out other fixers and companies to deal with this issue first. We were the 6th choice after the first 5 failed to produce a meaningful result. Gotcha. Well, the stories are starting to circulate via word of mouth. I will not deny that. So what kind of distortion are we dealing with this time? This is a request regarding a series of similar, unsolved cases within Teacope's borders. Some call it the case of time-killing time. Several people have already fallen victim to the perpetrator. The case of time-killing time. It is exactly what it says on the tin.
우리들의 시간.
Aristotle is running wild, killing our time.
우리 T사에서는
Time is an
시간이 곧
asset
자산이야.
here at Teacup. It is not so difficult for us to track down the occasional time robberies by tracing them, but in the case of time-killing time, the killer does not leave any traces. It is simply gone, completely removed, and untraceable. No such thing has ever happened here before. Thus, the significance of this case cannot be emphasized enough. That is why we formally request that you solve this case for us. In return, we will exempt you from your time tax debt.
이렇게 또 와버리고 말았군.
Oh, thus arriveth once again my time to shine. According to a book I have perused in recent days, any and all detectives working to solve cases of urban nightmares go beyond our issued Special Investigator badge during the course of their employment. 'Tis a badge that may as well be a universal pass to command all kinds of aid regarding the
탐정?
Detectives?
해결사들 말이오.
Fixers!
We plan to issue those badges, yes.
꼭 갖고 싶었던 컬러션 중
The way she shook around on the screen.
혹시 이 의뢰가 끝나면 내게
Wahoo! Much have I learned to add one such badge to my collection. Perchance thou shalt allow us to keep the badges once this case is dealt with. Nay, I demand that I be awarded at least 3 badges. One for my private collection, one for display, and one for business, so that... Shut it, lass! What are we waiting for? Let's crack on. Whack this distortion and get the hell out of here. I hate dealing with money problems. I value your enthusiasm, but I would also appreciate if you would allow others to finish their sentences before cutting them off and going on a long tangent of your own. The problem is that they don't want all 13 of you running amok in an effort to solve the case.
그 인원으로 거리를 돌아다니며 거주민들의 소중한 하루의 시간을 방해하는 것은 허용하기 힘들다.
Indeed, I can't have your entire group run wild in the streets and potentially waste the precious time of our residents. Are we going to address who this guy was who was getting Mirso to stand on the gallows? Because he was just labeled like employee ? And I'm dying to know who that guy is.
또한
Also, the special investigator badge isn't something that Teacup hands out like candy. We can't give away a whole box of badges for all 13 of them.
부분적으로는 동의한다.
I concur to a degree. Otis, who has continuously and consistently suggested that we cut down the number of sinew, was the first one to welcome this offer. She has? Otis, what are you suggesting?
도움이 되지 않는 짐덩이를 끌고 다니는 셈이니 한참 전부터 이랬어야 했지.
We should have done something like this a long time ago. What use is there in hauling around these dead weights? People leave their useless pawns behind to wait in the bus, while the elite team of high-performing individuals takes care of business. You seem rather confident that you'd be part of that elite team of high-performing individuals, Otis. It's ridiculous to even suggest otherwise. Alright, enough with your nonsense. So how many of us are allowed to work on this case anyway? Virgilius trailed up, clearly unhappy about this outcome. They have decided that 4 individuals, including the manager, is an appropriate amount of people allowed to partake in this investigation. Do I get to pick?
그렇게나 적게.
That's not a lot. Accept it. We barely managed to get the authorization for 4 after much debate.
나와 관리자님. 두 명만으로도
Then you
충분한
have
일일
wasted your breath. A tag team of the executive manager and I will be more than enough to handily complete this mission. Right, so it all comes down to my choice, huh? 3 sinners. So many eyes are upon me, now that I've never had them all look at me at the same time before. But, not that I've already... But the pressure is on a completely different level when it comes to making judgment calls like these. Looks like the manager is in deep thought. But pointlessly agonizing over something like this is a waste of time. I'm taking volunteers first, so let's see some hands quickly now. I never saw that volunteer coming! Forsooth, I shan't hesitate before such excellent opportunity!
이번엔 내가 나서 볼까?
Maybe it's finally my time to shine.
물어볼 게 뭐 있어? 그냥 가.
Oh, I don't even need to ask me, alright. Let's get on with it.
나 손든 거 아니고?
Oh, nah, that wasn't. I'm not raising my hand, I'm just cleaning my glasses. This is no simple matter. I've not been with so few sinners before, except for that one time when we accidentally backed out to the outskirts through the back door. So I have to take this slow and really consider all possible angles. What a mess. It would be too much trouble for me to list and debate all the arbitrary limitations they set. So allow me to make the choices for you this time, Dante. Well, I don't think there's too big of a gap between them when it comes to their capabilities, but they all excel in different situations. Dante, are you listening? I just said that I will be the one choosing your companions. Now I need to consider... Dante, you're not listening to Virgil. No, I need to consider more than just their individual capabilities. Some of them work better when paired together, but it's also true that haphazardly pairing them together might end up making a team that's less than the sum of its parts. This is all about building team synergy. Wait, didn't Andradia say something about how people born in December and August don't mesh well together, and the sinews who will accompany Dante to solve this case are... I have to choose someone who can support me calmly assess the situation and remain free from biased judgment while making smart and rational decisions on the fly. The sinner who most fits... The sinners who fit such description are... Oh. Do you even have anyone like that? I still have to choose someone, though. No, you don't. You're not listening, Dante. Damn it, I forgot to choose. I choose Faust, Musso, and Isan. Yeah, and not terrible choices. But you don't get to choose. Rajan, Roshu, and Lanru. Huh? Wait. Huh?
단테는 저와 메르소 씨, 이상 씨를 선택하셨네요.
Dante has selected me, Muso, and Isan. Haven't you been listening, Dante? I have certain things to discuss with Miss Faust regarding our upcoming journey, so she was not an option. Isan was immediately ruled out, even before the meeting adjourned to his history of developing an unauthorized invention at Teacope. Miso did not volunteer. There was no reason to volunteer. I bet you if you told him volunteer, though, he would have volunteered. Just no one told him to volunteer. Though I may have been disallowed from joining this investigation, I am truly grateful for your appreciation, Dante. I shan't forget this. Wait, that's Oh no! Otis won't forget this. Hey, Otis! You know that's not at all what I meant. I just thought that maybe we needed someone skilled and experienced like you to effectively manage the remaining sinners while we're...
Yeah.
Okay. It really soured the mood, didn't I? You shouldn't have said anything. 3 of them, whom I didn't even imagine in my wildest dreams would be hanging out together, I'll turn to look in my direction. It's quite a team. Okay. Whoa, just the 3 of us, huh? A trio is such an eye-catching number, isn't it? Radhi, I get. But why did the 2 of you volunteer?
You, Tim, yes.
That sounded F-A-H. The greater the quantity and diversity of experience, the better it is. Dan Quixote tragically drops her head to the ground, crestfallen. I have nothing else to blame but my slight low vertical placement in this world. Indeed, that must be why Sir Virgilius hath failed to catch mine impassioned hand. Don't worry, Dan Quixote. No one could fail to notice you. Dan Quixote sobbed dramatically, lamenting how Virgilius did not even bat an eye in her direction, despite her being the first one to raise their hand. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the only reason he didn't pick her, though. Hup! 'Tis my final legacy I bestow upon thee. What's all this? A book, a magnifying glass, and... are these clothes? 'Tis my treasure, my collection. Prithee, be gentle with them. Oh, but why are you carrying 3 sets of clothing? One for my private collection, one for display, and one for business verily. Is that not obvious to thee? Records of investigation, solutions to the 13 problems by Agatha. Huh, somebody's autographed it. So who's this Agatha? Fie! How out ye also ignorant in the law of fixers! Once she was a grade 1 fixer who was so prolific that she may as well have been the face of the 7 Association. Truly no one! Agatha Christie, yes. Most people don't know those. Hello, Don Quixote. Cumbersome clothes. How wilt thou call thyself an ace detective when not dressed
appropriately for the occasion. Hew, 'tis only right that the leading ace detective adorn Hugh countenance with this special mustache. Do we get to see one of them wearing a mustache?
이 책 서문에서 애거사님이 그러시는데요.
Look, Lady Agatha says in the foreword to this book that any self-respecting ace detective must always dress themselves in impeccable fashion. John Quixote, let us go. So, I mean, I'm sure everyone has the reason, but how come you didn't get picked for this, Ishmael?
열외 멤버라뇨.
Didn't get picked? I never volunteered.
사규를 어기지
Hey,
않으면서
it's not every day you get a legitimate chance to get some free... Oh, whoops. It flicked the mic. Free paid time off without breaking company rules. And I wasn't about to let that chance slip.
뽑힌 인원을 보고
I guess
좀 후회하긴 했지만
I did have some last-minute regrets when I saw who Vukilius picked. But I'll just relax for a bit and jump in to help him out when needed.
그럼 저희
Well, good luck while the...
엘리트.
Call us the Elite Four. How's that?
엘리트라고 자칭하는
While
멤버들이
the
발로
self-proclaimed Elite Four runs around Teacup, why don't we find a place to take the edge off and unwind? Oh, unfortunate. Teacup did not authorize the rest of the sinew to run abound unmonitored. You must understand that we simply cannot let individuals responsible for 10 billion ons worth of time tax roam free without proper collateral. Looks like they have temporary lodgings for those who have failed to pay their time tax. Gilius was pointing at what was clearly a jail cell.
길잡이.
Are you certain that's the lodge? Are you certain that that's the lodging guide? They're going to... I'm going to jail? Yep, as living collaterals, apparently.
언젠가 돌이켜보면 다 좋은
Ishmael
추억일
regrets
거야.
it now.
그럼 우리 다녀올게. 잘 지키고 있어.
It'll be fun. Hey, Batcha, you'll look fondly back at this memory when it's all said and done, okay? We'll be right back, so be nice and stay put. Nice, this jail cell at least has some heating. Wait, what happens if they just leave and don't come back? We'll be seeing him again after 10 billion ons worth of time passes, I guess. Ryoshu's got the mustache on. What? What? Hey, wait! Get back here! This is more than enough time to finish weaving on the loom. What? Hey, wait, get back here. There's more than enough time to finish weaving on the loom. That's a reference. Another piece waiting and weaving. It seems like we really get anything referencing Otis's backstory, but boom, right there. That's... I wonder how that might apply. Calm down, alright. We'll be back before you even... Thou shalt return triumphantly as a glorious band of ace detectives. Mark my words. We set off on our journey after receiving the aforementioned special investigator badges, leaving the chaotic screaming and hollering of the sinners behind.
After a while, we could hear the sad, intermittent clattering of metal as someone violently shook the steel about.
자, 그럼 가볼까나? 세 번째 피해자를 만나러. 이 사건 기록에 따르면
Who are you? Alright, looks like everyone's ready. Then let's get a move on and have a little chat with the feud victim. Let's see, the case records say that... Aha, there it is. It's just a stone's throw away. Huh?
왜냐니?
What do you mean, huh? Look at that record. It clearly states that neither of the first two victims is in a communicative state. How unfortunate.
아니, 내 말은 왜 자연스럽게 동행하는
No,
거야?
I mean, why are you coming along with us? I'm sorry, but we're not taking sidekick applications right now. Go away, shoo.
아니, 예정되어 있던 인원이다.
Incorrect. One of us will be joining your team. And this... Okay, I kind of like this guy who's joining us.
진척도에 대한 즉각적인 보고를 받기 위해 우리 쪽에서
We were going to send an employee with you so that we can receive immediate updates regarding your investigation progress.
더럽게 깡깡.
Pull that stick out of your ass.
우리 쪽에선 2등급을 보내려고 했는데.
We planned to send a class 2 staff member with you, but you're...
나? 나는 5등급. 여기 명찰 보이지?
Me? Class 5! See the badge? The chatterbox of an employee replied cheerfully as he produced a twinkling badge from his clothes. Apologies for failing to recognize you, sir. I scarcely expected to see a class 5 attitude all the way down here.
5등급?
That guy's a class 5 staff? Really?
5등급이라면 회사의 직원분들 중에는 가장 높은 직책이죠?
Class 5 is the highest rank one could reach as a win employee, right?
내가
Yeah, as far as I know.
꼭 그런 것만도 아니지.
Well, don't be so sure. It depends on which win you're talking about. Who knows? Maybe there are class 12 or even class 20 employees out there. Get it? Got it? Good! Then let's get a move on. Who are you? I mean, I know a little more now, but we're still wondering. We stared in silent bafflement as the employee stormed out the building, then hurriedly followed him out the door. Isn't it absolutely brilliant? The very concept of killing time. They're not slowing down or speeding up time. They're eliminating it completely. Just yanking it out of circulation.
당신 이름이 그러니까
So, your name is...
마이?
Mai?
편할 대로 불러. 이름 같은 건 중요하지 않아.
Relax and call me however you want. Names are such unimportant things, aren't they? No, names matter. Really? You never call anyone by their names, though.
대놓고 감시역으로 온 느낌인데 편할 대로
Relax and call you however we want, but you're obviously here to be our handler.
그것도 그렇네. 알았어, 그럼.
That's true. That does make things a tad awkward, doesn't it? Let me think.
Man, I missed it. Hey, you did.
Yes. It was a lot of fun. I've got it! You're all dressed like detectives. Why don't you consider me your other helpful assistant who tags along to your adventures?
아무리 그래도 그렇지.
Okay, but still...
There's a lot of subtle and not so subtle foreshadowing. Interesting. Yoshu, who was staring off into the distance while puffing her cigarette, suddenly spoke up just as Radio was about to return.
조수.
Assistant, lead us.
Yes, sir.
Right away, ma'am!
혹시 조수랑
What's the
하인이랑은
difference
어떻게
between an
다니는 건가요?
assistant and a
예전에
servant?
저희 집에 고용되었던
You know, my
분들이
family
말이죠.
used to employ... Well, they sure warmed up to him fast. I want to know his name. They're specifically avoiding telling me his name, which just makes me want to know it more. Just makes me want to know it more. Okay, I think this is a good point to wrap it up. The speed at which he changed names. He changed names several times throughout that scene. For now, just call him Shady. That seems like an appropriate name for him. So, we're going to wrap it up. We finished Canto 6. We have 2 intervalos, I believe, between Q and Canto 7. I think I heard it's the W cope for the next one, or something rope, something, I don't know, for the next one, and we're on killing time here. I should give an update. It is the rope train. Yeah, I'm excited for that. That sounds cool. Also, this seems cool too. I should give an update. We will not have the Dungeons and Dragons stream tomorrow that we've been planning. Scheduling D&D is always tough. We're going to try to do it next week or something. I don't know what my current plan is. We might just have tomorrow's stream cancelled, or I might do another stream. If we do another one, it might be... honestly, something I'm leaning towards is we might do more Hankai Star Rail, because I kind of want to catch up on that. But I don't know, might do something else, might do this, might do nothing. We'll see. I've yet to decide. Then Dance can't... Oh, the best the game has to offer. That's the ones that are after our bad. Yeah, I'm excited for Dan Kyoto's Canto. Though, I'm also excited for Ryoshu's, just because of the fact that I've become semi-familiar with some... Oh, I never switched this out. Some characters from it. And I'm interested in what's going on in this story. Yeah. Anyways, might have a stream tomorrow. If we don't, this is the last one of the week. And we will be getting to another week of streams next week. I don't know exactly what. There is the fact that an update's coming out to Genshin Impact and other stuff, so... might have an interesting week next week. Also, someone pointed out in one of the previous streams, I think it was... I'm kind of interested in trying the new game that just came out. It's new farming game. That's name I am not remembering. Fields of Mystery. We might try that sometime too. I'm not sure when we'll have time. Anyways, I hope everyone has enjoyed today. And until next time, please do try and have a blast for me. Bye.